Greetings, fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 2015 film Icetastrophe, starring Victor Webster, Jennifer Spence, and Richard Harmon. An overview of the film: a meteor breaks into two pieces and strikes the Earth, one half landing in the mountains and the other in a small resort town. The fragment that lands in the town begins to cause a massive cold front that threatens to plunge the world into another ice age. Our only hope is a physics grad student and the recently fired repairman from the local ski resort. Together, they must find a way to end this Icetastrophe. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, take into consideration that this is a made-for-TV movie. That being said, I thought the actors did a really good job. It was quite believable, they delivered their lines very well, and they all got into their roles very well. It was very believable, and they all did a great job. This movie also had great CGI for a made-for-TV movie. You gotta take that part into consideration when you look at this CGI, because when you compare it to a big-budget movie, the CGI is crap. But for a made-for-TV movie, I think they did a really good job with it. Also, this movie features a homemade flamethrower. The cons of this movie? They never used the homemade flamethrower! Yeah, they showed him making it, and then he tested it to make sure it shot fire. And then he just carried it around, and eventually the story just forgot about the homemade flamethrower. It was annoying. The movie was quite predictable. I knew what was going to happen. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the meteorite hit that car and then boom, it hit the car? You know, that chopper's probably going to crash and fall down, and boom, the chopper crashed. The whole thing was predictable. Also, it was like this whole movie was based on the concept of convenience. You know, when they're searching for the other half of the meteorite, the physicist, the grad student, just happens to have this meteorite detecting lunchbox that she can find it with because she just conveniently had it with her. You know, he just conveniently had this space blanket, and they just conveniently happened to find these lanterns when they fell down into this old mine shaft. Everything about this movie was based on convenience. It might as well have been called Convenience the Movie. That's how convenient everything was. Also, this movie just dragged on, and then the ending just happened. It was like, boom, ending, end of story. No, shorten up the middle a little bit, and then make the ending longer so you have a more complete and faster feeling movie. I mean, I got to it, I was like, okay, I already know how this movie's going to end. How much time is left? 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes to rectify the movie, and you're still basically talking about how horrible this is, and you have no plan to solve the issue. They rushed the ending. The best action scene in the movie? Well, first of all, this isn't your typical action movie. This is a people versus nature type of movie. So there aren't a lot of, exciting moments in it. But the most suspenseful and the most exciting moment in the movie, in my opinion, it was kind of towards the beginning and middle-ish, like halfway in there. And the repairman is in a car, and there's this flash freeze behind him, and he's trying to outrun it. And then he stumbles across the grad student who's just conveniently changing a tire. And he calls for her to get into the car, so they get in the car, and they keep going. And eventually he's like, oh, the freeze is coming from both directions. There's a convenient boat in that convenient lake. Let's turn down there, get in the boat, and try and outrun the freeze in the boat on a lake. Yeah, the whole thing was convenient, but it was still an exciting scene. It was, in my opinion, the most exciting scene in the movie. My overall thoughts on the movie? It was a decent movie, but it just wasn't all that memorable. I give it the Zangief. It was fun and it was entertaining, but it was ultimately forgettable. I give it about 2 weeks. I'll remember that I watched it, and I'll remember the basic plot, but I doubt I'll remember any details about the movie. Hell, by the end of the movie, I had completely forgotten about the homemade flamethrower. I didn't remember it until I looked at the notes I was taking during the movie. If you don't mind a made-for-TV movie, it's worth watching once. But other than that, not so much. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week. Also, if you have any recommendations for movies you would like to see me review in the future, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you and have a nice day.